Most students' hobbies include something like drawing or dancing, but Melina de la Vega spends her downtime riding horses.
How I first got into horseback riding was my mom put me on a horse when I was about maybe 1.5, and I instantly fell in love. It's something in my blood. I've always had a connection with horses. Every time we passed by a field, it was magical for me.
Melina isn't the only person in her family who rides. Her family's been linked with horses for generations.
My parents can ride, they just prefer not to. My dad's mom grew up on a ranch when they were back in Mexico. They did own horses, but they did have to get rid of them all, sadly. And my dad can ride, he just doesn't like to. He prefers cars instead.
Although fun, riding can be very costly. Between paying for lessons and equipment, if you're interested in horseback riding, you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny.
Every lesson's like $45 normally for a group. For private lessons, it's about $60. Shoes are about maybe $300 to $400. Saddles can range from $600 to maybe $1,000, depending on brand or not.
Horses are living, breathing animals, so it's important that you take the proper safety precautions to avoid injury.
Always, always, always wear your helmet. If you don't ride a helmet, all I can say is there might be an accident and you could seriously break your neck.
And in order to minimize the risk, there's a number of things you have to do before you even get on the horse.
The first thing we normally do is we'll bring them back to the barn, and then we'll normally groom, and we groom for about maybe 20 minutes. Get them nice and clean. And then we start to tack up. We put our saddle pads, and then we put a smaller one on top of that. We call it the half pad, and then we put our saddle. Then we have this one thing, it's kind of like a belt. It goes right underneath their shoulders, and yeah, we call that the girth. And we tighten that as tight as we can get it, put their bridle on, and then we'll pretty much get on and ride.
But even after taking all the correct precautions, there's still no 100% chance that you're safe from injury. But that's just a risk you're gonna have to be willing to take in order to be a rider.
I've twisted my ankle several times. I have a scar on my left knee from when I hit barbed wire on accident riding, but I'm pretty pain tolerant, so it wasn't that bad. And then I've fallen off, I don't know how many times at this point, because I either wasn't doing something right or my horse stopped, because they are a live animal and you're dealing with an animal a lot bigger than you.
But even with the risks, Melina wouldn't have it any other way, because even after falling off and getting hurt, Melina is always ready to get back up and get back on.
Confidence. Confidence is what I do. Just say, okay, one little miss up, it's fine, get back on and fix it.
Riding horses can improve your physical health, reduce stress and anxiety, as well as lower blood pressure. If any of that sounds appealing to you, then maybe riding is the thing for you. I'm Aliyah Adams, and you're watching W-JAG TV.